friends, thanks for joining me today. I'm going to feature some Big Shot products and show you how to make this Happy Halloween peekaboo card. So let's get started. I'm going to start off by getting my spider textured folder, and I'm going to be using a standard based card. So this is 11 by 4 1/4, and then it's scored at 5 1/2. And for this card, I actually am just going to emboss the very top of it. So let me get my Big Shot here. And I'm going to slide just the front, or just one side, into the spider's embossing folder. And I'm going to then run it through the Big Shot here. And then I'm going to take my craft white ink. I'm going to just rub it across the surface of that basic black that I just textured. You could also use a sponge or a sponge dauber. Kind of like the way that the ink smears on it, kind of, I think, gives it more of a spider web texture look. I'm going to take a stamp set called Wacky Wishes, and I'm going to stamp out Happy Halloween in Tangerine Tango, Whisper White cardstock. And then I just cut out the Happy Halloween with my paper trimmer. And I just matted this on the back of a piece of basic black. And then using a couple of two-dimensionals, I just put it on the back of the Happy Halloween and adhered it to the front of my card. Okay, now for the inside of the card, I used the Peekaboo Frames Big's Aldie, and I've already done it by running this piece of basic black through the Big Shot. And let me show you where that is. It's this one here that I punched out. Then I'm going to open up the doors here. Okay, so I took a piece of Whisper White cardstock that measured 5 3/8 by 3 inches. I'm going to just adhere that to the inside of my card base here. And then with a piece of Designer Series paper, this again is the Howl's Too Thin Scaring Bone Designer Series paper. I'm going to just attach it to the bottom, and this measures 5 3/8 by 1 inch. I'm going to take my white gel pen, and I'm going to just do some faux stitching on the outside of this peekaboo frame. Going to be using from the Googly Ghouls, the Boo here, the Boo Sentiment, and I'm going to stamp that with Stays On Black ink. Now this little piece is measuring 2 1/2 by 1 inch. I'm going to be using from the Googly Ghouls, the Boo here, the Boo Sentiment, and I'm going to stamp that with Stays On Black ink. Now this little piece is measuring 2 1/2 by 1 inch. I'm going to adhere it onto this section here where my Whisper White, my Designer Series paper meet up, and I'm going to kind of center it in the middle. Now there was a trick that I was going to show you with this frame, because I thought it was awfully big for the Boo. And so what I did is I took my paper trimmer, and where the little notch is, I lined that up with my cutter here. I just sliced it down the middle. And then what I did is, because it's almost an equal half, I just adhered it on top of each other. So I can actually cut off one of these doors or just adhere it. I think it'll be better and easier. And then I'm going to put this one right on top. I probably could have waited on that faux stitching, couldn't I? And have done it at this point, which would probably be a really good idea. So now I have a little window that fits my boo sentiment a little bit better. I'm going to just adhere my boo frame onto my card. I don't want to get the doors with adhesive because then my frame won't open. I'm just doing the edges, and I want to center it. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use that same stamp set, the Ghoulie Ghouls, and I've already punched out Franky and the Little Witch. I did this one in old Always Artichoke ink, and this one was the Elegant Eggplant. So I think I'm going to use the Frankenstein. He looks pretty good, and I'm going to just adhere him down. And so this, I stamped him onto a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and then I matted it with a piece of basic black. And then to finish it off, using some other elements from this set, I'm going to use the little spider, I think. And I'm going to stamp it with the StazOn black ink and directly onto the Whisper White cardstock. I'm going to have him sitting on top of this frame here. And then I'm going to take my black Stamping Right marker, a spider web, just by adding, oh, you know what, I'm going to use the brush end, adding some dots here. To have it go up. Then lastly, again, using my Crystal Effects, I'm going to just put some Crystal Effects on the O's of the boo to make them 3D, to make them look like little eyeballs. Okay, then lastly, for Frankenstein's eyes, I'm going to use these googly eyes that are part of a kit that you can either purchase, well, they can be part of a kit, or you can purchase them separately, and this is in the Holiday Mini Catalog. And I think Frank is done. So I hope you enjoyed this Halloween card. Pretty easy to make, and I hope you join me again soon. Bye, have a great day.